So we're into our last area, which was, can we remember the last area was? The Kalahari. Particularly famous both from the Namibia and Botswana. The Kalahari is in Namibia, Botswana and South Africa. Now in Botswana and South Africa, it's the whole Kalahari or the Trans-Kalahari National Park. In Namibia, it's not actually a national park. So the Trans-Kalahari National Park is only in Botswana and Namibia. The Trans-Kalahari Park is only in Botswana and South Africa. So you can access it from either of those countries, but you can access the park from Namibia. So this is actually the road that goes to the border in the national park. So Mata Mata, the border post, is between Namibia and Botswana. I got the countries right. And when you cross, you go into the Trans-Kalahari National Park on the Botswana side. But when you come out to this side, there's no national park. So the Trans-Kalahari actually park isn't in Namibia, but you can access it from Namibia. Technically, you're supposed to, whichever country you enter the Trans-Kalahari, you're supposed to leave. But there is, unless you book at certain places, spend a certain length of time, then you can go and get your border stamped. But in general, from the Namibian side, if you visit the Trans-Kalahari Park in Botswana and Namibia, which you can do, you must then exit back into Namibia before you then leave the country again. Does that make sense? Did I say that right? Good. Did I get the countries right? Remarkable. But it's particularly famous because it's, first of all, it's very, very red soil, or sand, and it's vegetated dunes. So unlike the Namib Desert, which has very small vegetation on it, there's a lot of grass and vegetation, and the wildlife it supports is truly remarkable. There's none of the big animals here. There's no rhino, there's no elephant, there's no buffalo, but there is a lot of cheetah, and there's the desert lion with the black manes, and a lot of antelope you see around here. So it's beautiful for, again, vast open, and it's, although it's the Kalahari Desert, it doesn't have big sand dunes. They're more sort of like rolling linear dunes. Again, typical game drive. And of course in Namibia, you will always find giraffe. But this is the sort of dune. This is one of the bigger dunes in the Kalahari Desert in that section. So you're not looking at the big sand dunes, it's more this sort of dunes, but beautifully red. And it's really weird because you get these streaks of sand dunes, and you can see the rest of the countryside around is just flat and like normal colour, and then you get these dunes of red blazing through it. And often you'll see oryx wandering through them, springbok. Cheetah and lion are actually, it's one of the best places in southern Africa for seeing cheetah in wildlife parks. And yeah, as you see, here's the sand dune behind. You've got this beautiful vegetation, and you've got a couple of oryx which hopefully will come and join me for supper at the braai.